Hi everyone, a very warm welcome and a very warm namaste to all of you. So what are we going to discuss today? Well, today we are going to discuss about target marks in phase 1 and phase 2 of RBI Grade B. Now many aspirants have this query, sir, what should be the marks that we should be targeting in the phase 1 and phase 2 of RBI Grade B exam? Well, no doubt, it's not going to be easy to predict any set of marks because every year the level of exam, the level of competition, the type of questions vary. But still, if we analyze the pattern for the past 6-7 years, we can still come out with a range. I'll tell you that range, and I'll also tell you that how we have basically deduced that range so that you can also apply that logic and maybe you can also find your range if you are not in consonance with what I am telling you. So let's start this video, and before that I want to show you something really useful for you. If I was at your side and I was preparing for RBI Grade B, I would love to have something which could answer all my queries at one single place. जैसे कि RBI करती क्या है, RBI में क्या डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं, RBI में क्या क्या फंक्शंस किए जाते हैं, देन एग्जाम पैटर्न क्या है, सिलेबस क्या है, कौन कौन से सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, नेगेटिव मार्किंग है या नहीं, कट ऑफ्स क्या है, आरबीआई के लिए अच्छी बुक्स क्या है, रिसोर्सेज क्या है, वेबसाइट्स क्या है, सैलरी क्या है, in hand salary क्या है. There might be n number of queries that would be going inside your mind. Well, the answer to all those queries, definitive answers to all those queries lies in this comprehensive guide to RBI manager. टीम ने बहुत मेहनत से बनाई है, कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव है येट compact है, and it is very colorful. You will enjoy going through it and it can really give you that motivation which you require for RBI Grade B. तो आज इसको डाउनलोड करें. You can just go to the description of this video. There is a link to download this guide. Download that. It's completely free and enjoy reading it. And now phase 1 की बात करेंगे पहले. What should be the target marks for phase 1 in case you are preparing for RBI Grade B? Now, on your screen, you can see the overall cutoff. I'll talk about overall cutoff for 2016, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22. If you see the cutoffs for almost this 6-7 years, you will see that the cutoffs are varying. 78 here, then suddenly jumped to 105, further jumped to 122, then almost became half in 2021, 66, and then almost on the same line, 63. Now, one of the major problem that all of the candidates have is, and many mentors have, is that they keep on telling that this is the score you need. This is the score you need. They ignore the variability. If you see the variability here, they will surprise you with the level of paper. You cannot assume that the level of paper would be the same what was last year, right? And the cutoffs therefore will vary. So सबसे पहले आपको यही समझना है कि आप इस कट ऑफ पे नहीं जा सकते हैं कि नेक्स्ट ईयर भी यही कट ऑफ होगा. ये बिल्कुल गलत होगा. हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता है. यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट. सो अगर आप देखें, कट ऑफ्स हैव बीन वेरिंग डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द डिफिकल्टी लेवल ऑफ द एग्जाम, and you also should be ready for that. In my opinion, the number of attempts, right, should be somewhere between 90 to 130 with 80% accuracy, right? So 90 in case the paper is difficult, 90 is not much, because if you have 80% accuracy with 90 attempts, that means you will get somewhere in the range of 65 to 70, and these are the cutoffs in that range. So 90 is not on a higher side if the paper is tough, but yes, if the paper is easy, somewhere, I don't expect that paper would be so easy now that cutoffs will breach 120, 125, but at least they can be somewhere in the range of 100, 110. So in that case, maybe 130, 140 attempts can be good in case the paper is easy, right? But all this calculation is to be taken into account the different level of your papers, and they can be easy or difficult, right? ठीक है, तो हमें सिर्फ इस पे नहीं जाना है जो एक कॉमन मिस्टेक है, हमें इस पे जाना है. और एक एक्यूरेसी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है. इट इज नॉट अबाउट नंबर ऑफ अटेम्प्ट्स. इट्स नॉट अबाउट नंबर ऑफ अटेम्प्ट्स. आई थिंक एक्यूरेसी कितनी है वो फर्दर डिसाइड करेगी कि आप कितने अटेम्प्ट्स करें. सम पीपल आर हाईली एक्यूरेट, सो मे बी यू कैन हैव, if not 90, say 80 to 83 attempts also in a tough paper. बाकी अगर sectional cutoffs की बात करें, so here one thing to be observed is that even when the paper has been easy here, right here, or in any of the years, the cutoffs have never passed through 7.5. That is, out of 30, 25% of 30 here, 25% of this 30 is 7.5. And similarly in reasoning, 25% of this 60 is 15. So these are the highest cutoffs, right, in the past years. So this can be taken as a benchmark which can help you clear the sectional cutoff. And when the paper is tough, obviously the cutoffs have been going lower also. But still, this is the number. If you can achieve this, you're really safe. Even if the paper is easy or tough, doesn't matter. Right. So this is the number of attempts and accuracy, and depending upon this, I think I'm telling you that your target score in phase one, depending on the difficulty level, is somewhere between say 68 to 110, somewhere on those lines. बाकी I don't expect that paper बहुत easy आएगा और cut off 130 चली जाएगी, but that is a rare possibility also. ठीक है. So that was about phase one, guys. Now coming out of phase two. Again, if you see the cutoffs, right, till here the paper was of 350 marks because interview was of 50, and then it became of 375 marks because interview weightage was increased. Now here you can see again the cutoffs are varying: 225, 245, 248, then 238, then 252, then 234. Now here also when the cutoffs vary, right, there are actually 2 points to be considered that why they are varying is: first one is the difficulty level of the paper. DL means difficulty level, and the second is descriptive checking. DC means descriptive checking. Because sometimes if the checking is not lenient, obviously you're going to get less marks for the same answer, which otherwise could have fetched more marks in case the checking was not lenient. Or checking was lenient, sorry. So in दो factors के ऊपर depend करता है, but assuming that paper is difficult and your checking is also a little bit on a stricter side, I think 230, right? 230 can be a decent score. And if the paper is really easy, then 260 is something that you should be ready to work upon. Let me just switch on my phone here. I'm really sorry, guys. Fine. So 230 to 260 is something you should be targeting. I think that can be a safe score, 260. Now here, if you assume that you will get an average marks in interview, which can be 25 to 30 marks, though people are getting 70s also, 60s also, and some people are getting 15, 20 also. But I'm assuming कि चलो अगर आप ठीक ठाक हो तो 25-30 मार्क्स तो ले ही आओगे इंटरव्यू में, 25 to 30 marks. This is the worst case scenario according to me, though the worst case can even be worse than this. But 230 से 260 अगर आप टारगेट कर रहे हैं और आप इंटरव्यू में एक एवरेज परफॉर्मेंस लेके चल रहे हैं, सो इन फेज टू योर टारगेट स्कोर शुड बी 205 to 230. 205 to 230 should be the target score in phase 2. 205 when the paper is difficult and 230 when the paper is on the easier side. Now, how to achieve this? How can we further break up this in different subjects? So when your target score is 205, right, these are the marks that can be kind of scored and can help you achieve this figure of 205, whereas in this FM is 75 because FM has been historically very high scoring component. Easy hai, average score in FM is much higher than average score in ESI and English. So 75 here, 68 here, and 60 here. Now this might seem easy, 68 in English and 60 in ESI, but just remember we are assuming here the target score of 205 when the paper is tough, and when the paper is tough, scoring 68 in English or 60 in ESI or 75 in FM is not an easy task. But still something achievable. Then 230 here in case the paper is easy, then 85 in FM, 75 in English and 70 in ESI. Again, these three marks, 85, 75 and 70 are not easy to score, especially in ESI, which can be, even if it is easier, the current affairs are not easy to score. So in nutshell, what I want to tell you that this target score even 205 or 230 depending upon the difficulty level. The marks that I've shown you is something realistic. You can do that, but it's not easy. You have to work a lot harder on this. But again, here we have assumed that you will get 25 to 30 marks on an interview, but I think you can do much better than that, so that the responsibility on your shoulders with respect to phase 2 now gets little lightened up. Because यहाँ पे 75 to 85, 68 to 75 or 60 to 70 in ESI, scoring that much marks can be burdensome. आप बहुत ज़्यादा pressure ले लोगे. So I think just do not take interview for granted. Always assume that you will do much better than this. I think if you prepare for interview in a better way, you have clarity. Why do you want to join RBI? What are your strengths, weaknesses, all that, right? How your profile can help RBI. If you have clarity on that, I think scoring of 45 to 55 marks here shall not be a problem, right? Otherwise, yes, I mean, things can go better or things can go worse. So अगर आप इंटरव्यू को 45 to 50 marks लेके चलेंगे, those 20 marks difference that you are assuming in interview can literally lighten up your burden in these areas. तो आपको वो करना होगा. और in other words, what I can say is आप इन marks को target कीजिए जो मैंने यहाँ पे बताए हैं. अगर आप नहीं भी achieve कर पाते हैं, there is nothing to worry, because then you can actually bet on your interview to score much higher marks here instead of 25 to 30, say 45 to 50. That is not something impossible, right? So try our best here, but in case things slips from your things slip up from your side, you have still interview to follow up on, right? So that's all from my side, guys, with respect to this. I think the key takeaways from this are: for phase 1, do not assume the last year cutoffs is something you should target. There is a variability in the exam which you should be ready for. And for phase 2, these are the marks that you should be targeting in tough scenarios and in easy scenarios. But again, in case you're not able to achieve them, there is nothing to panic. There is always interview to fall upon, where you can have a good performance and make up for low marks in your phase 2 exam. I hope your mood would be brightened up after this. At least you would have clarity कि phase 1 में कैसे करना है, phase 2 में कैसे करना है, because clarity is something which most of the aspirants lack. And when you have clarity like this, you can prepare in a much better way. So if you're clear on how to proceed with your preparation for phase 1 and phase 2 in terms of target marks, do let me know by typing below this video that, sir, I've got clarity and I can resume my preparation. I can start my preparation now. You have to type, sir, I've got clarity. I can start my preparation now in a much better way. So thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.